Zoe here. I'm back today with another Kill the Collection video. Today I'm going to show you what I did with Crepe Paper's Snow and Cocoa. Now, if you've been watching the last few videos, you're probably going to have seen all this, most of it anyway. If you go back to, I'll try and link it below, if you go back to the Advent Calendar video, that's where I show the haul of what I bought. But essentially I bought pretty much 2 of everything. Okay, so let's show you what I got left from the 2 of everything. Okay, so, oop, losing a sticker. So this is what I have left. As you can see, I actually bought 3 of these, but I used some and I sent 1 sticker sheet to the lovely Kelly over in the States because she couldn't get any. See, I didn't use too many of these. I really didn't. Sorry about the glare. Mostly because they're very, as the name would suggest, snow themed. We don't really get much snow and I don't really have any snow photos, so I didn't have much use for those. But I'm going to hoard them anyway because, you know, I live in hope we may get snow at some point. So that's what I used of those. From the 6x12 sticker sheet, oops, I used a bunch actually. As you can see, most of what I have left is snow related. Again, I'm just going to pop these into my stash because I will use them at some point. Let me, can I tilt that a little bit more? Trying to stop it being so dark but also not glary. Anyway, yeah, I used quite a bit. I'm quite happy with how much I used of this. I'm surprised I didn't use those tickets. Maybe I was saving those for something. Anyway, yeah, you can see I used quite a bit of that, and the rest of it I will definitely use at some point. Honestly, I could definitely have created a little bit more with this, but I'm pretty sick of it now. I'm finding it hard to be creative with it, so I'm going to put it away for a while and maybe break it out when the weather's a little warmer, to help with making me feel cool. Okay, so if you saw my haul video, you will know I bought two of the 6x6 paper pads. And in this one, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 sheets of paper, 2 of the cut parts, 1 of the snowman. In fact, they're all cut parts, aren't they, really? Apart from the snowman one. And in the other, I have another of the cutter parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pages in that. So that's all I have left in entire pages, which you've got to admit, it's not bad. It's not bad at all. For 36 sheets in each. It's pretty good going. So the rest of it, as you know, if you've watched my videos before, or if you've watched my scrap room tour, you know that I keep my 6x6 pads in 8x8 thick quality, thick thick plastic record sleeves, and I keep all the scraps with the pads, so when I'm going to layer or whatever, I can go through the scraps first and generally always find a use for the scraps first. I don't throw any scraps away because I inevitably do use them all. You can see I've got scraps of the 12x12 there. So I just have a whole bunch of scraps left. Some are bigger than others. And I will likely use these for more layering or to pop behind things in Project Life. Or even, you know, a lot of it's not even that winter themed, so I may well break it out if I want, you know, just the right colour or the right pattern. I use them for all sorts, and I don't discriminate. If the right thing's in there, and that's packaging actually, but I loved it, so that's in there too. So you can see I used a whole stinking bunch of paper. I mean, really, that's all the scraps I have left. I have nothing in 12 by 12. I used everything, so pretty happy. And this is where I've popped the ephemera and what's left of the chipboard, which is that, and what's left of the puffy stickers. Now usually, oh crikey, usually I would break these up into different boxes, so I'd have puffy stickers elsewhere, but because this is all quite themed what's left, it's easier for me to keep it together. So that's all that I have left from 2 sheets of the puffy stickers. Again, the snow themed stuff that I just can't I can't use. Oh, I'm losing a star there. That wouldn't be very good, would it? Okay, chipboard wise, again, very, very little. I do also have the big Let It Snow title, but I've popped that elsewhere and I can't remember where I've put it, just because I'm highly unlikely to use it and it won't fit in my little pouch. So I have very, very little of the chipboard left there. These are just some of the trees that I fussy cut from the 6x6 pad, and some from the 12x12 pad, some of the ephemera, which is really not much actually. That's from the 6x6 pad, more chipboard, more fussy cut trees, a little scrap, and from the ephemera, just these, which again are the snow themed stuff that I had no use for, and just a few more fussy cut trees. That's it. I gotta tell you, I am pretty freaking impressed with how much I have left, considering how much I bought, considering I had 2 of everything, and 3 with the words. It's not bad going really, is it? So I'm just going to pop these back in here real quick, and then I will show you what I did with it. Now obviously, if you are a subscriber, you'll already know what I did with it. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm glad to have you here, and I will show you what I did with it. I don't know how I'm going to get these under the camera, but first up, obviously, I made the advent calendars, and obviously this is being filmed New Year's Day, so this is post Christmas, and they survived perfectly, bar a little bend in that tree. This one was for my youngest son as well, actually, so you can see how well that survived a 3-year-old. So that's the calendar I made for him, with some of the chipboard, the papers, the puffies, and the stickers. And then I also made this one. This one was for my eldest son. Again, some of the chipboard, the crepe paper, the crepe paper trees, excuse me. Some of the paper, and just grab this big one. Try not to wrench my own arm off. And this is the one I made for my daughter. It's really hard to make sure they're in shot in this angle, but again, you can see they survived really, really well. Even the teeny tiny things in the top there, look. Ta-da! So yes, this used up, to be fair, it did use a bunch of the paper. Oh, glitter everywhere. So, you know, perhaps it's not necessarily indicative of how many layouts I made. I also used them to make a lot of the off the page series. Speaking of, I was asked about why I didn't finish that up, and truthfully, I had the idea for the off the page series back in November or October. I wrote down a whole bunch of ideas of what I was going to do, and I pre-filmed a lot of it. And then other YouTubers did some of the things that were on my list that were meant to go up. And there were YouTubers with much higher follower counts than me. And honestly, I knew if I put the things up that I'd pre-filmed, it would look as though I was copying. And I didn't really have enough left and enough time to film anything else, so I just kind of left it up in the air because my chips got peed on, as it were. But that's fine, that's how it goes. And to be honest, what was left wasn't super interesting anyway. You know, it's wrapping paper and some table decorations and that kind of thing, so it's all good. Anyway, layout wise, I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and a Project Life 9x12. Let's go through them. Mostly I used older photos for this collection, just some older photos that I hadn't scrapped yet. That's my daughter when she was almost 1. With her grandfather. Really simple, this one, nothing too fancy. I used a cut file for the tree, I just did some stitching. I did sequins and enamel dots from my stash. Really simple. I think that's a Felicity Jane puffy, and I was actually pretty much at the end of the this was the last one I made actually, so that's why it's not overly embellished, because I didn't have much left. I did a one-sided 9x12. Again, if you follow my channel, you know that I don't really do pocket pages. I call them my ugly stepsister of scrapping. Not because the concept is ugly, not at all. That's not why I say it. It's because I tend to use the photos that I wouldn't necessarily do a full layout. Layouts, 12x12 layouts are my jam. They're my love, my desire. Oh, these are what I use for the rest of the photos. The ones that I don't want to use in a layout, but I still want to document and have in an album. So I tend to keep it pretty simple because embellishing on such a small scale tends to make my mind go into puddle mode. This one you have already seen. There is a process video for this one. I think I uploaded this one yesterday, so you've already seen that one. In fact, if you've watched today's video where I show everything I made in December, you'll have already seen all of this anyway. So if you haven't, go and watch that one, and then you know you'd have to watch the rest of this one. Yeah, really simple, nothing too complex here. And that's the one that I mentioned in the other video that I accidentally printed ink all over because I'm all kinds of smart. This one I really don't love. Design wise, it's jarring. It's really hard on the eye because I got my grid too far apart. And then this grid is slightly closer in, where these are further apart, and it's jarring on the eye. I may go back and fix it at some point. I don't know. Maybe I'll scrap it. I don't know. And then finally, it's just the triple page layout again, which has videos for it. Oh, you little monkey. Let me glue that back on before I forget. So yeah, I didn't make terribly lots of videos. Sorry, not videos. A huge amount of layouts. But considering how much paper had been used up by the advent calendars and the off the page series, I did crackers and the bows and the rosette hearts. I think I did pretty well with what I had. Yeah, I think so. I'm pretty happy with how much I got for my money. Maybe you don't. Let me know. Let me know. I'd love actually to hear what you think of how much I managed to get out of 2 lots of everything. That's everything. So thank you ever so much for watching. I will be back super soon with another layout, and I certainly have more Kill the collections and some Kill the kits upcoming, so don't forget to stick around and watch those if you like flick throughs of my creative ideas. I love having you guys watch, and I love the feedback I'm getting. It's just, I genuinely adore you guys, all of you. So yeah, don't forget to leave me a thumbs up if you like this video. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you next time.